What was it that the Chinese used to say, that proverb, may you live in interesting times? So far, 2011, 4 days in, has been quite interesting. Well, hello there everybody, this is the Big Paulie channel. It is January 4, 2011 at 10:15 in the morning as I record this, and today I have some thoughts on my mind. The birds. The past several days we've been hearing about birds dropping dead in Arkansas, and now there are reports of birds dropping dead in Kentucky and Louisiana. 20 miles of dead fish in the Arkansas River. Where is this coming from? Who could be causing it? It sounds like something out of the Andromeda Strain, and that's the 1971 version of Andromeda Strain and not the recent remake. I hate remakes. I wish Hollywood would get a little more serious about its work and stop doing so many damn movies over again. Well, anyway, what is causing this? Could it be BP? The BP oil spill that was plugged a couple of months after it had happened, but that pesky Corexit that's still in the Gulf waters. And who owns a piece of Corexit? Oh, BP does. See, they just pushed the oil down. They did not plug the leak. They plugged the leak, but they did not get rid of all the oil that's swimming in the Gulf of Mexico. It's just pushed down so you can't see it. You can't see it, out of sight, out of mind. So I'm kind of wondering if these dead birds are a cause, or effect, I should say, of the BP oil spill. Cause and effect. So you have the BP oil spill, and who knows if it's causing this bird disaster out in the mid-south of this country. I think it's a possibility. It should be looked into, but the government's going to look into it? Hell no. On to the debt, and an outrageous statement made by Austin Goolsbee on the Sunday morning talk shows on the networks this January 2nd past. He said that it would be catastrophic, if not very bad, to not raise the debt ceiling, which is currently sitting somewhere around $14 trillion. He wants the debt ceiling to go up. Would you like to have $14 trillion to play around with? I sure would. I know all of you probably would. But giving this government more money, more fiat money to play around with is a very bad idea and should be opposed strenuously. $14 trillion in debt is going to cause other nations to basically give up on us, and we're going to be in a world of hurt. We're going to be in a world of hurt sooner or later. It's just a matter of when the powers that be decide they want it done. So I'm with Ron Paul. I say hell no to giving them any more money to play around with. It's bad enough that we're $14 trillion in the hole, and we'll probably have this burden carried on through the generations. This gets me to my third and last point of the day. The GOP is making all kinds of noises as this new Congress session begins. Each Congress lasts 2 years, and the new one is beginning this week, if not today. I think January 4th is when it begins, when the new representatives and senators all get sworn in and they go about business. And the GOP now has control of the House of Representatives. They do not have control of the Senate through some, what I consider some shady means. I have my doubts about the Nevada Senate race that Sharon Angle and Harry Reid were in. I think with Nevada being a very crooked state, and I've been there for 6 weeks in my life, once in 1996 and once in 2000. I was there for about 3 weeks each, and it is a shady town. Las Vegas is a shady town, and Nevada is a shady state. And I kind of wonder if Harry Reid threw, a few bucks the right people's way and they got that election rigged. But that's beside the point. Let me get back to the GOP. All of a sudden, they want to investigate Obama. They say he's the most corrupt president we have ever had. Like Clinton and George W. Bush weren't. And they want to investigate Obama over a wide range of things. They want to repeal health care. Now, I think that's a good idea because making individuals buying health care is not a constitutional act. You cannot force me or any individual to buy something. And if you set the precedent that government can force people to buy something, then what's to stop them from, forcing them to buy a Snickers candy some point down the road? It's a slippery slope you don't want to go down. Now, as far as the GOP investigating Obama, yeah, right. It was in 2006 that Nancy Pelosi, right before the Democrats were about to win the House and the Senate, as it turned out, said, oh, by the way, impeachment's off the table, so don't get any ideas of trying to push Bushy out the door. We kind of need him so we can get a president in 2008 who's Democratic. They use Obama as a shield, basically. And Boehner, John Boehner, who's the new House Speaker, has not given statements to that effect. He's a little smarter than Pelosi was, even though I hate both parties. I got to give him that. Wish we would stop it with the damn crying. Anyway, Boehner is going to do the same thing, except he's not going to advertise it like Pelosi did. He's going to use Obama as the shield, as a whipping post, to make sure that in 2012 a Republican takes back the presidential seat in the White House. I do not think it will be Sarah Palin, by the way. I think even the GOP will recognize how dumb she is. And I think the Republicans will put forth a candidate that has a little more veritas than Palin. Palin is just a stepping stone. It's someone who the GOP candidate will beat to say, this GOP candidate is a giant killer. But I don't think that the Republicans are going to do jack squat. I am been reading Sellout by David Chippers, who was the counsel on the Lewinsky impeachment. And this was back when Clinton was in trouble with Monica Lewinsky back in 1998, 1999. And a lot of people said, well, this is just about sex. But he lied about sex. He committed perjury. You could not commit a crime as the sitting president of the United States. But not even the Republicans really gave a damn about what Clinton was doing behind closed doors. They wanted to protect one of their own. It was another little strategic move done to make sure that a GOP candidate would win the White House in 2000. And Ted Stevens, the now departed and dead GOP senator of Alaska, said basically, I don't care if Clinton murdered a woman in the White House. As president, would not acquit. We would not vote for his impeachment. Just goes to show how crooked D.C. is and how the way things are going needs to change. That's all I got. Talk to you sometime next week. Bye-bye.